uniformly conducted throughout the country. And this time from Karnataka, 1,54,000 students are appearing for the Neet examination. And in the nation, highest record of 24 lakh students are writing the Neet examination this time. Compared to the last year, around 7 lakh students increased. So 24 lakh students are appearing for this Neet examination. And this time, a crowd manager will be appointed to every 240 students' strength. One crowd manager, one for boys and one for girls. That will be done by the NTA. Along with the frisking team, the crowd manager will manage the crowd system right from the entry gate till he reaches his block. And this NEET examination, as you all know, this is summer season. The gate opening is at 11 a.m. From 11 a.m. onwards, the students are allowed to enter into the center, main gate, and no the child will be allowed to the block without frisking and biometric. So biometric and frisking is compulsory. In all the centers, you make one visitor's diary, starting with the innovative people, CCTV camera, or crowd manager, whoever they enters into the center, please make a note of that with their name, designation, their mobile number also. NEET is for physics, chemistry, botany and zoology, 4 subjects, 720 marks. Each question carries 4 marks and there will be a negative marking also. So out of 720, they have the sections in physics, chemistry, botany and zoology. Section A of 35 questions, Section B of 15 questions. Out of 15, there is an option to write out of 15, 10. 10 he can answer. So based on these marks, the students' ranking will be decided at the national level, state level, and the regional level also. As I told you, the entry of the students starts at 11 a.m. Till 11:30 is not allowed to enter into the block, whereas he is allowed to enter into the main gate from 11 a.m. onwards. After frisking and after biometric of the student, he'll be seated somewhere in the seminar hall or in the corridor where you feel the students should not make any noise. It should not disturb the other students also. You see such place and ask them to gather in that place. And from 11:30, you can allow the child to enter into the respective blocks. You instruct the innovative people to make the biometric for the invigilator also. Even that facility is also there with the innovative people. Frisking will be done at the registration counter. Frisking both as well as frisking and the registration at the counter. Even let the invigilators also undergo the frisking. Ask them not to bring any mobile, watch or any the metal items. Either it may be the calculator or any metal items. Ask them not to carry to the school. Suppose if in unavoidable circumstances, let them keep the mobile and the watches with the center superintendent or the observers. The observers, you please see that, know the invigilator, carry the mobile and the watch in the blocks or in the examination center itself. If they bring, then you ask them to switch off and keep it under the custody of CS or the observer. Last year we collected the admit card, but this year we are not going to collect the admit card from the students. Whereas last year we collected the admit cards, OMR sheets, but this time no need of collecting the admit cards. Admit cards and question booklet they can carry along with them. sometime in a hurry the student will forget to bring the passport size photograph, because it is a mandatory. In the pro forma, the child has to affix the passport size photograph in the nominal roll he is supposed to carry from his home. But in a hurry, sometimes the students forget to bring the photograph. At that time, CS has to provide one photographer. You hire one photographer, and he'll be in the center from 11 a.m. to till 5:20 p.m. If any child forgets to bring the photograph, CS, with the instruction from the CS, the photographer will take the photo, and in the afternoon during lunch, again he will bring the passport size photograph. Don't collect any amount from the students. For CS, there is a contingency, they provide 30 rupees for one photograph, so that will be paid by the NTA. Sometimes students forget to bring the admit card also. The portal is open up to 1:30 p.m. till 5th May 2024. Up to 1:30 p.m., student can download the admit card from the NTA website. Suppose if he forgets to download from his mail or from the portal, CS has to make the facility to download his hall ticket and please hand over to the child. So that facility also you please make it in the center. Don't send him back without the if he do not possess the admit card. Make the facility of downloading the admit card in the center. This time, like last year, we asked the child not to wear the shoes, fancy shoes and other high-heeled shoes in the center. We asked them to remove outside the gate. But this time we allow the child to write the examination with his footwears. Because even last year, in one of the center in Bidar, they have cut the shirt. Because in the guidelines it is mentioned that full shirts were not allowed during the examination. In one center they brought the scissor and they cut the shirt and they made it as a half shirt. But this time again, please see that don't cut any shirts. Allow the child to write the exam with a free mind. Because NTA has instructed very clearly that stress should not be given to the child. Suppose if you do not bring the water bottle, then again there is a contingency for the center superintendent to purchase the water bottles. Out of your total strength, 20% of the candidates, you can purchase the water bottles of cost ₹10. And this time a mock drill was made to the students. They are well versed with the examination of the Neet. They know each and every step of the Neet examination. Then also some instructions to the candidates they have given in the guidelines. Candidates are not allowed to carry their pen, watch, mobiles or any other metal objects in the center. The black ballpoint pen will be supplied by the NTA. Each room will be getting 26 pen in a polythene bag. So each block will be getting 26 pens, 24 for students and 2 for the invigilators. So that 2 the invigilator can use in the block itself. Ask them not to use their own pens. The pens are also provided by the NTA. Some candidates have opted the scribe. Scribe has to be provided by the centers. You please recruit or hire one child who is less than 12th standard. Minimum 10th, maximum 11th. 10th and 11th child you can hire. So that list will be given to you later on, or you can log into your portal. You will find how many PWD candidates are there in your center and how many are opted for the scribe. Only the right arm or visually impaired, students will apply for the scribe. Rest all, they don't apply. But if they are PWD candidates, whether he uses scribe or not, but extra time has to be given to the PWD candidates. 1 hour, 5 minutes will be given extra. The exam is between 2 to 5:20 p.m. If a candidate is PWD, whether he opt scribe or not, or he uses the scribe or not, but 1 hour, 5 minutes, you give extra time to him. Because he is a PWD candidate, he is allowed to write 1 hour, 5 minutes extra. That means around 6:25, the exam will get over if you have a PWD candidate in your center. If not, the closing of the examination is 5:20 p.m. And during entry of the students, student must produce the valid ID card. And this time it should be the original ID card. Either it may be the PAN card, voter ID, Aadhaar card, or any other government official issued ID cards. If he shows the college ID, it is not valid. Only the government ID card is valid. And the instruction is also given to the students. They bring the Aadhaar or the driving license or the PAN card. In some case, if they forget to bring the ID card, what to do? If you match his face with your the nominal role, if both are matching, you allow him. Don't restrict the child at the gate itself and ask him now to bring the original ID card. Please see that the humanitarian is also very important when we conduct the examination. So if he brings the Xerox copy of the ID card, it is not valid, then also with the nominal role, with his physical appearance, the physical photo, the photo which is there in the admit card, nominal role, and his presence, please match it. And if it is valid, you allow him to enter into the block, or else you can call directly *9, the hotline which connect to the NTA official. They will instruct what to do in such cases. So that's also very important this time. And no, the child is allowed to carry the bits of paper into the hall, or logbook, or rough sheets, or any the pouch which carries the scale, the ruler, and other things are not allowed into the examination hall. Only he can allowed to carry the water bottles. The students, if he brings the water bottle, you can allow him to take into the block. If he is a diabetic, he is allowed to carry apple or some kinds of fruits which is packed in a transparent polythene bag, not a opaque one or not a closed one. And chips and other things are not allowed into the blocks, even though he is a diabetic patient. The Cadbury's and other chocolates are also not allowed. Only the fruits and the medicines, if he has prescribed by the doctors, then such things are allowed into the blocks, and rest all the material has to be sent outside. In some cases, suspicious students are also there. Suspicious like open hairs. The girls comes with the open hairs, not tying the hairs, or the boys entering into the hall with the jeans with full of pockets, then high heeled shoes. If you find suspicious, then ask the NTA people or the innovative people to check it thoroughly. No issue, twice or thrice you check it thoroughly, and once if you are satisfied, then you allow the child to enter into the blocks. If you are not happy, again you as a center superintendent, please check you also, and there should not be any unfair means in your center. And once the candidates enter into our the main gate, till 1:30 they are allowed to enter into the main gate. After 1:30, no the child is allowed in the center, because in Karnataka Degree College they have the two gates. One is near the roadside, there is a main entry gate. One is another is there, which is the sub gates, which is again it is 100 or 200-meter distance is there. Ravichandra sir, correct? The child has entered the outside gate at 1:30, but these people they were not allowing into the center, which is around 100-meter. There is a distance, one more sub gate is there. But in the admit card it is written that if a child is in the center before 1:30 is allowed to go for the frisking or the registration counter. The child is already in the center 1:30 at the main gate, and at 1:31 you instruct the guards to close the gates. Whoever they are there in the gates, inside the gate, ask them to go with the frisking, biometric, and ask them to enter into the blocks. Even though it is 141 or 142, you allow him to write the examination. After 140, no the candidate is allowed in the blocks. Between 2 to 3, no the child is allowed to use the washrooms, and between 4:30 to 5:20 there is no use of washroom. 4:30 ಇಂದ 5:20 ವರೆಗೆ, then 2 to 3 ಇವು ಎರಡು ಸ್ಲಾಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ the students are not allowed to use the washroom. Between 3 to 4:30 the candidate can use the washrooms. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಆರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ತೆಗಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿಸಿದೆವು, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿಸಿದೆವು. ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಹರಾಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟಿಗೆ. ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಲೌಡ್. ID card he must produce. Girls, all the ornaments are allowed. ಹೈ ಹೀಲ್ಸ್ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಇದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ಸಿ ಶೂಸು, ಫ್ಯಾನ್ಸಿ ಚಪ್ಪಲ್ಸು, ಯಾಕೆ ಅದರೊಳಗೂ ಒಂದೇನೋ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಹೈ ಹೀಲ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಚಿಟ್ಟಿ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಫ್ರಿಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಥರೋ ಫ್ರಿಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಡಬಲ್ ಫ್ರಿಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಬಟ್ ಮಗುವಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರ ಹ್ಯಾರೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ಲಾರಂಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾವು. ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬೆಲ್, ಒಂದು ಡಬಲ್ ಬೆಲ್. 1:55 ಒಂದು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಬೆಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That means he has to open the seal and he has to start writing. Another long bell is at 5:20, indicates that exam ends, commence and ends. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರತಿ 1 ಅವರಿಗೆ 2 ನಿಂತ 3 ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬೆಲ್. 2 ಆಗೋಣ 3ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬೆಲ್ಲ, 3 to 4ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬೆಲ್ಲ, 4 to 4:30ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬೆಲ್ಲ, 4:30ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಡಬಲ್ ಬೆಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಡಬಲ್ ಬೆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ the invigilator has to close the doors and get ready for the and announcement for the students ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಉಳಿತು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ 5:05 ಒಂದು ಬೆಲ್, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬೆಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ 5:05 ಆದಾಗ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ವಿಜಿಲೆಂಟ್, ಇನ್ವಿಜಿಲೇಟರ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ವಿಜಿಲೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಅನದರ್ 15 minutes ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್. 5:20 ಒಂದು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಬೆಲ್ಲು. ಆ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಬೆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಎಂಡ್ಸ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಎಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ವಿಜಿಲೇಟ್ರ್ ಲೌಡಾಗಿ ಬರ್ಬಟ್ಟಿಸಮ್ನಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್, ದ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಯೂಮ್ ಇಫ್ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟಿಕ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಲೋ. ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಿಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಹರ್ ಟು ರಿಮೂವ್ ದ ಹಿಜಾಬ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋ ದ registration part. After registration, let her wear, no issue. Don't restrict anything. Even shoes, socks you allow, ornaments you allow, full shirt you allow, taita, whatever the ornaments they are wearing, you allow them. Hijab you allow, nakab restrict. Restrict in the sense, just to see the situation. Based on that you move. Go ahead, nothing will happen. ಅವ್ರೇನು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಜೊತೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದು ನಕಾಬ್ ತೆಗಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಅವ್ರ ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಗೆ, ಫೋಟೋಗೆ, ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಕೂಡ್ಸಂತ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಜ್ನಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಉರ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಅದೂ ಒಂದು ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ ಎನ್ ಟಿ ಎದವರು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅರೌಂಡ್ 14 ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ರೀಜ್ನಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಗು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರಿಬೋದು.